Boy, oh boy. The price of freedom is steep.
Hey guys, ExJW still fading here. I wanted to kind of make a quick video addressing the last video that I actually put out. That one was about Tony Morris and his latest talk that he had gave. And I wanted to clarify some information. I actually had got something wrong. So what I did with this video is I watched it about like maybe, I don't know, a few days before I actually made a video on it. And my memory must have been hazy, but the only thing I remembered was him saying maggots and apostates. So I put two and two together in my own mind, thinking that he called apostates maggots, which that isn't actually what he did. So my main thing with this channel is making sure that I put out truthful information. And that last video, the first half of it, wasn't true. So I just wanted to go out and say that he didn't call apostates maggots. He was referring to what would happen to apostates when they die, which, I mean, it's still a pretty gruesome image. I believe he was talking about when they would die, then the maggots would be on their body or something along those lines. I think there's even a scripture that addresses that. But that's what he was referring to. He wasn't actually talking about apostates being maggots. So I just wanted to put that out there and make sure that what I was giving out, the information, is true and it's not slanderous. I may not particularly care for the governing body members. I don't want to put words in their mouths because then I'm no better than the people that I fight against. So it'd be wrong for me to start lying about things as well. So I have to make sure my information is correct. And I just want to make sure that everyone else who watched that last video knew about this as well. I only think around 400 people saw it, which that's still quite a bit of people. Hopefully they watch this video as well so that, you know, everything gets kind of clarified there. I really don't want this to come back later on and it reflects badly on everybody else who leaves Jehovah's Witnesses. I just would not like that to happen. So I wanted to make sure I clarified that and made like a little update on that. So if you look for the video, you're not going to find it. What I'm going to do is actually re-upload the second half of that video, which is me answering a question from one of the viewers. And I'll put that as a standalone video. And I just wanted to make you guys aware that I actually created a Twitter, and my handle is @efading, and I believe it should be in the description as well. So I feel that that's like one of the best platforms for me to use. So if I have to shoot out like a message to everybody, addressing maybe a video or anything coming up or things that have kind of like changed recently, anything like that, any updates, I think that's like the best way to get in contact with everybody and have everyone kind of see what I'm talking about. So if you have a Twitter, feel free to follow me on there. If you're still in and you worry about your, friends who are PIMI seeing you following my handle, don't even follow me. I would just say just check up on that account every now and then if you really want to get some information. And most times I'll probably just update it. I'll probably do like 2 updates, one on Twitter and then also on YouTube as well. But the quickest way to find out any information would be on Twitter. So if you do want to follow me on there, feel free to do that. There's also some information I had found out recently about witnesses, and I guess there's a change made. Now I'm very late to this, and I know it, but I thought that this was kind of important to talk about. So I saw that they changed witnesses from being members of the congregation to being individuals. And I find that a little strange. They pretty much want people to join Jehovah's Witnesses, right? Well, in that case, if you joined, you'd technically be considered a member. Well, apparently you're not. You're not a member, you're just an individual who's a part of this group, which basically means you're a member. How can you disassociate or disfellowship somebody if they're not a part of that organization? I don't think they really understand. They can't have it both ways. I'm not entirely sure the reason why that they made this change. You guys probably can fill me in on this in the comment section. I have to do more research on it. But I just thought that was the weirdest thing. And another thing, if only Jehovah's Witnesses will be saved at Armageddon, they have to be members of Jehovah's Witnesses, right? Well, if everyone's an individual, how's God going to distinguish between somebody who's not a Jehovah's Witness and someone who is? Well, then we all know the answer, the true answer that is actually true from the Bible. It would be their heart condition, right? Well, great. Then I guess there's no reason to really be a witness then. Do you see where I'm getting at? Because the only thing that really matters is the heart condition. It doesn't matter if you're a member of Jehovah's Witnesses or not. That's the only way God's going to distinguish who's good and who's bad, is their heart condition. I don't really see how they can push members not actually being members, rather being individuals, and still say you have to be a part of Jehovah's Witnesses to attain everlasting life on paradise earth. I don't know if that makes sense to any of you guys. You guys have to let me know. Oh yeah, you know what's interesting is, okay, so now Jehovah's Witnesses are considered individuals instead of members. I just recently found out one of my prior elders of my old congregation stepped down of being an elder. That's very interesting. Also on top of that, he was the coordinator of the body of elders. That's even more interesting. So I don't know what's going on in his mind, but these recent changes and then him stepping down, I think somebody's waking up. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. I hope he is, because him and his family were really kind to me. They were really cool people. But it just seems like so coincidental that this would happen and then he's stepping down. Maybe he's starting to feel that something isn't right. I mean, the way that the situation is for everybody in the world right now, it's not the best. So maybe he had to step down just because of his, for his own sanity. He can't keep up with all the workload, things like that. Like, it's really tough out here. So I can understand him stepping down for that reason. But I just feel that it's very coincidental that he stepped down about a week or so after this whole Jehovah's Witnesses are no longer members, but rather individuals. I'm not sure of the timing exactly, but I know it's been like at least a week or so. I had to look up the actual time. But yeah, you guys tell me what you think about that. I personally think he's waking up. If I found out more information, I'll definitely let you guys know. But as of right now, last thing I heard, he stepped down as an elder. He stepped down as an elder. And he was the coordinator of the body of elders at that, which is pretty big. That's pretty big. You're like the leader. They don't want to say that, but you're technically the leader of all the elders. It's very weird. Something's going on there. And he's been in that position for a while. Since we started that congregation, he was the coordinator of the body of elders. And that congregation's been there since I was a kid, basically. It's been there for a while. Like over, let me see now. Maybe over 10 years. Maybe over 10 years. I think around there, yeah, over 10 years, I think that congregation has been there. But it's something going on there. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Hope you guys have a good one and take care.